I'm gonna call that for a timeout.
Hello everybody and welcome to the NDL Fall Draft for 2023. I am your host Jake Cowie, joining two former captains of the NDL. We have Joe Pascucci and Josh Foringer with us. I'll take a minute here to explain kind of what we are for those of you who are new to the NDL. We are a private draft league that was based out of Neville Island. It was created by myself and Eric Galentine with the idea of a group of friends being able to get together and enjoy some roller hockey without the hassle of your typical beer league douchebag behavior. So we'll get into a little bit of the draft. We'll talk about our order. We'll kind of review some of our picks. We'll certainly pan here to Joe as our former champion and Foringer as an input artist too for what we have. So without further ado, let's get started with the draft. On the clock first would be Barone Sanitation with Christian Etter. Pick number 2 will be Devil Cakes with our captain Carter. We have Gutter Pumpkins taking the third pick for Derek, and finally rounding out the draft we have Eric Galentine with Boogie Boogie Hockey Club. This will be a snake draft, so we will see Eric take picks 4 and 5, and then we'll snake our way back around. So we'll have probably our 10 best available here. Luke will have that up on the screen here shortly. But we'll get into a little bit of a last season recap. Like I said, we have a champion here sitting to my right. That's Joe Pascucci with his Brew Tang clan.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations on your win for that. I'm sure you'll have some input on what a captain's looking for here for a championship team, and where he thinks he should go, and what you think makes a championship team a championship team. So, what do you think you guys had that allowed you to beat Ty in the championship last season?
Cohesiveness, and we enjoyed playing together, so it was fun.
Chemistry, always a big thing. Skill not always an important factor. Attendance, I'm sure that was a bit of an issue, but you guys were able to overcome some attendance issues, and
yes,
more than most to get a win there.
Yeah.
Not only was Joe our league champion, he was also our league MVP. So Joe was able to walk away with the most goals, most assists, so most points for the end of the season. So we're happy to have him alongside of us, and
I'm very curious to see where he ends up.
Yeah, you got to think that's got to raise some draft stock here. So it's interesting to see where he's going to land. We have a lot of good guys available, so be interested to see where you fall.
Well, his age though.
Ages,
Next
everybody's
year,
on a
he's another
decline.
year late.
Yeah. Everybody's
You never
on a
know what's
decline.
going to happen.
Yep, that's.
But nothing's slowed you down yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen any signs of age catching up yet.
I'm taking her guys.
So you gotta let us know where that fountain of youth is. So
I
we
believe
certainly like to use it.
We just ate some of it.
Ate some of
It's
the
food.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
good food.
Yeah, good food. That's always.
I believe you were
No,
out
they
there in
was just
the
like
runner, in the skills competition for fastest skater.
Yeah, we did have our fastest skater. You were there.
It was
No,
brutal.
I'm gonna take them. So
That skills is. I was teasing everybody because skills wasn't my
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Skills.
I was average at everything, and that's how I was able to overcome. Instead of being good here and not good here, I was just stay in the middle.
You gotta take my approach, just be bad at everything.
Yep, just be mediocre, then you won't disappoint anybody.
Exactly.
So while we still wait for our first captain to make his first selection, we'll be sure to be notified whenever he's ready. We can talk about some returning numbers we have here right now. I know we were able to increase our roster size for this session. Something that's part of our long-term goal is seeing 6 teams, so slowly but surely working our way there. 23 returning members for this season, but an even more impressive number of 21 rookies. So we certainly want to welcome all you guys coming in. Glad to have you. Glad that we're creating that much interest that we can increase our roster sizes. So glad to have you aboard.
And we don't want to forget about the MVG.
Well,
Jake over
yeah.
here, who got the most valuable goalie.
We were always a part of that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that one. That was a tough award.
You
That
faced
was-
a lot of shots. I know
Certainly
our team
earned it.
had fun playing you guys.
Oh yeah, you guys certainly kept me busy. That's for sure. I think
You earned.
you certainly made me no longer a fan of Guns N' Roses. I heard your goal song probably entirely too much last season. So,
Well, hopefully that's a trend if we can keep ruining music for you.
no, well, hopefully
I
we're
mean-
on the same team, then it won't be so bad.
Then,
but,
right.
you know, we'll see how that goes. So.
And we'll ruin music for somebody and stuff.
No, that's fine by me. We'll
Yeah.
we'll make Naylor, we'll make Carter, we'll make somebody who's
He's actually cooking.
That's certainly a goal for the end of the year.
That's it.
So we'll, I guess now we'll kick it over to probably our 10 best available to give you, you guys at home a chance to kind of see some names you'll be hearing announced here in the next couple of minutes.
Rookie in the second
we-
spot.
Do have some rookies up there. We have Dave Sisko, he joined us this season. Grant McCarty, he joined us as well. Cam Brickett, Bill Dolchich, he subbed for us a lot last year, but he joined us. Matt
Solid
Smeltzer.
player.
So
Solid player.
we got a lot of fresh faces and a lot of top talent. So we're excited to see where those go. A couple of goalies up there, Naylor and myself. I know him and I were pretty interchangeable for the most part last season. So.
For the MVG.
I know. I think it came down to that last week. I think is really what determined the MVG because Naylor and I you couldn't tell the difference between our numbers. So
No, it was pretty good.
we'll see which one of he goes first or if I go first. We'll certainly have to see. Looks like we have some chat going on. We definitely appreciate you guys getting involved. Some of you maybe not so much, but you could probably take an exit on that one, but. We're glad to see you guys involved, glad to see that there's people actually tuning in, that we're not just speaking to a blank screen here. I know we got a pretty good turnout for the draft last season, and it looks like we're about keeping those numbers now. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions or any comments, feel free. Please don't comment on my shirt. I like this shirt. That's the only thing I don't want to hear about.
It's a great shirt.
But we will continue to wait here. Our captains are looks like they're back discussing, and I think if we're ready for our first pick, I think we'll introduce Captain Christian Etter to announce the first overall pick for our fall draft.
Whenever you're ready,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
All right, with the first overall pick in the fall 23 NDL draft, Barone Sanitation selects Matt Smeltzer.
There it is. Matt Smeltzer, he's an RMU guy. Sounds like Christian's strategy before is based off of chemistry, which that's kind of something you alluded to there, Joe. Is if you know the guys you're playing with, you're a lot more comfortable. You kind of make each other better. So.
Yes.
Matt's he's on our top 10, so certainly I wouldn't say that far of a reach or a reach at all. If he's
Matt he's a rookie coming into the season this year.
he is, so he's
I'm not real familiar with him.
good guy, funny guy. Really like Matt a lot. Going to be, I'm sure he's very happy to go first overall. I recall the Venmo transaction where he paid me for this. He said that his expectation was pick 101, so it looks like he predicted his future there a few months ago. So.
Great prediction.
Yeah, any Powerball numbers you want to throw at us there, Matt? We'll appreciate it. With that pick, we're going to move on to pick number 2 for the Devil Cakes and Captain Carter. We'll see when he's ready. And looks like he is, so we will have our second overall pick here.
I'm going to take a different strategy than Christian and take best available player, so I'm going to go with Luke Vogel.
And, certainly
Strong.
the one we expected there. You played with Luke last season. While he wasn't there for the playoffs, certainly an impact player. You and him, he definitely led the league in points, I believe, and you guys really worked well together. So
He's a phenomenal talent. A lot of fun to play with. Hard to have fun with him in front of him.
not so much fun to play against. I
Not going to be
certainly
fun to
attest
play
that.
against. Yes.
He clowned me the most out of everyone.
Oh yeah, he's Luke was he had a couple of highlight goals. He had some goals of the week for sure, and I'm sure he'll look to continue that and hopefully steal that MVP award off you for next season. So you could see it. Good pick by
We'll see how he
Carter.
does.
Either one, I don't care.
It looks like we got like another pick already in. Looks like Captain Derek's ready to make his selection for the Gutter Pumpkins.
Am I good?
Yes, sir. Derek, you have the floor.
All right, with the third pick in the draft, I would like to select with my former Shockwave teammate, David Sisko.
Cisco, another solid one. He was part of our top available. He's part of our top talent. So
That is, yes.
love playing with Cisco. Another one, hate playing against him. Really hope that there's at least 2 teams now that I hope I land on because I certainly don't want to go against those guys.
The only time I played against him was in the top cheese tournament.
And I think he embarrassed just
Oh,
about
yeah.
everybody in that tournament.
Absolutely.
He's
Fast.
fast, young, and fresh.
Yeah.
Just go,
he has everything. He has the
yes.
speed, the hands, the hockey IQ. He's definitely someone you like having on the back end. So we'll, happy to see him go 3. We knew he was going to be a top talent all along. So I think now we're waiting for Team Boogie Boogie to select their 2 picks. With this being a snake draft, they will have 4 and 5. So Captain Eric is sauntering over to the podium to make his next 2 selections.
I can't see my phone. Am I good?
Yes, sir.
Alright, with the first pick for the Oogie Boogie Hockey Club, we select Cam Brickett.
So Cam, another one top. He's up there. We knew he was going to go early. I think he was probably our 4th best available. So he falls right at his AVP or his current
Solid
rating.
young defenseman.
Another one. That's what you need in this league.
Guys going young, yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
you need in this
it's
league. And looks like Eric's actually ready to make his 5th pick.
Cam subbed it a lot.
Alright, with the first pick in the second round, the Oogie Boogie Hockey Club proudly select Grant McCarty.
So there's the other one. Another solid defenseman. So Eric goes back-to-back defenseman, which I believe from our numbers we certainly had I don't want to say a shorter of defensemen, but we had a lot more forwards than we did need. So to grab 2 good defensemen is definitely going to be helpful
I
for him.
believe I know Eric's strategy here, and I think he wants to play offense.
That could be why.
Because he has yet to play offense.
So maybe he's drafting with some other ulterior motive there. Maybe not just winning, but allowing him to be up front instead of on the back end. So I'm sure there's some other guys he can take. Luke, you might be on the radar for him. Another guy he knows who will play defense for him. So
That's a good strategy. I mean, one of my strategies going in was always try to get a defenseman, 1, 2, maybe 1 and 3.
yeah, I mean,
You build a route around them, solid defense. I mean, that helped us in ties in the championship game against Ty because they blew us out in a couple games,
Yep.
and we knew if we could keep them down.
If you limit the chances, I mean it's just a matter of if you guys have equal chances, it's just who can convert better. So, good pick. Eric going back-to-back defenseman. I think he's looking to move himself up and play some offense for the first time in a long time. So,
He'd be very good at it.
oh yeah, I think he's got it. I think he'll be doing just fine.
I think he'll double his numbers from last session.
Double numbers.
Yeah,
So there's a
I'm
bold
calling double numbers.
Mr. Forringer, he's no stranger to bold predictions. If any of you have tuned into any of our Between the Bench series, Forringer was certainly not afraid to throw out some wild and bold predictions. So it seems that trend is wanting to continue. Well, any idea where you think you're going to go, Joe?
Whenever you're ready.
We're nearing,
There's a lot of good talent about Maine. Like I said, I got my chances through circumstance.
Well, we'll see. I
So,
mean, there's
There's
you're
still
on.
some.
You're top on the board. You're part of our best available. I think the captains have learned that goalies don't have to necessarily go in the first 2 rounds. So I would say you, Eddie, and Bill are up there as our top talent. So we'll see what Derek wants to do. I believe he'll be ready to make his pick here shortly.
I honestly believe you would be a steal at this point.
Oh yeah. MVP. I think he should easily be considered for this pick. So we'll see where Derek goes.
With the second pick in the second round, the Gutter Pumpkins select Tyler D'Amenico.
Tyler's a good one. That's a good pick. He
Yeah.
goes up these. Yeah, very quick
Got some
guy.
hands.
Tyler was confident that he was going to be a late round steal. I think his showcase of his skills at the skills competition in our last few weeks was a little indicative of that. So
He was good coming in. Again, play defense.
Yeah.
I've seen him play defense. There's a lot. This bodes well though for when I do get picked. That whatever team picks me, I don't have to play defense.
Yeah. So that's another.
Because
another good
I got
thing
stuck
about
on defense a lot.
Because I think we've had at least three of our picks have been defensemen, so that's filling up some roster space. So I think, like I said, Eric's motive might have been so he could play forward. It looks like you might have the luxury of also playing up as well. So I know where I'm going to play regardless. So my options are pretty limited here. I'm not really worth much outside the net, and some would argue I'm not even worth much in the net. So I could pull a
Switch out.
yeah, the old switcheroo.
You gotta pay attention though. I know a couple of our guys, we enjoy playing it back to our goalie
I mean, I'm
on purpose, and you know, in my cases, just to try to wake them up accidentally.
Oh yeah, I've had plenty of those.
And an accidental pass back to the goalie.
Keeping him on his toes. I don't think I really had that much of that luxury for last session. That was I had a lot of shots my way. I got a couple of passes. I think I handled the puck a couple of times. But it looks like we have devil cakes on the clock. It looks like Captain Carter's ready to make his selection, so we will go to the podium.
Okay, the Devil Cakes will take guy who already has an emoji, Eddie Harper.
Eddie Harper.
Nice pick.
Ooh.
But then he's another one. Eddie's up there. He's on our best available. I think that'll leave. I would assume our next pick's probably going to be you or Bill based off of our best available.
Or a goalie.
Could be a goalie.
You know,
We'll see.
we're getting close to the end of the third round.
Yeah.
Second round.
We're at the end of the second round now. We have Barone Sanitation on the clock. He has 2 picks in a row here, so he could go with a defenseman and a goalie, or he could go 2 defensemen. It depends on what strategy he wants to take. Thank you, Eric, for joining the bringing part of the screen.
Brandon wants to know why Joey's ahead of him.
Brandon,
Maybe you guys can talk about that a little bit.
Ooh.
I think,
well,
I was not involved.
I think the stats kind of speak for themselves. If you look at the score sheet, there was a lack of scoring from Brandon.
Brandon had trouble scoring his last 2 outings. Now, I mean, when he played on our team, I mean, when me, Joey, and Brandon all played together, I mean, we had a pretty good weekend.
So I guess
We had 9 out of the 11 goals in that weekend.
Yeah,
And
this
then,
past game was
you
a good
know,
weekend.
Brandon without any of the other Uchis, as they were known to be,
The Uchi gang.
his scoring kind of it hit a wall. He played well.
He
Just couldn't
did
finish.
showcase some hands in the breakaway competition for the skills comp.
The
So I
skills
think
comp, he
shows
did
the
very
hands in
well.
there. He shows
He
the
had the
hands in there.
speed,
You know what?
and he won the accuracy.
He had a lot of opportunities though.
He did. I mean, Naylor, but then again, when you're going against Naylor, I think a lot of people have a lot of opportunities against Naylor to score.
And then
so.
Joey had the privilege of playing with the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, that's
So,
certainly
you know, he
that
had
elevates everybody
he had a
around.
game-winning goal
Yep.
in one of our games.
So I guess before we come to the podium here, real quick, what is your thoughts on playing with the boys? Would you rather be on a team with them, or do you want to be on opposite teams so you
No,
can show them?
I would love to have them all on my team.
Have them all
I
on
would
the team.
take both of them on my team in a heartbeat because I mean, we've shown we do play well together.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
all about chemistry. So we'll cut to the podium here for the last pick in the second round.
With the 8th overall pick and the 9th overall pick, Barone Sanitation selects Joe Pascucci and Jake Cowie.
There we go. So
Whoa.
there
There we go, buddy.
We have now 2 teammates on the
he
field.
picks up the MVG and the MVP.
What a call, buddy.
One trip to the podium.
Smart play
How is
there.
that?
So we looking like we're a little, we have 2. Let's see, we have you have Smeltzer, you and me on team together. So I think
Okay.
he's certainly basing off the chemistry, we seem to know each other well.
Smells.
You got the MVP and the MVG on one team.
Yeah, I mean, and
Right there,
you were
it's-
close to having that last season too with you and Naylor. I think it was close. So you saw how far you guys went.
Right?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this lovely trophy behind me is currently yours. So
It
works
didn't
out
hurt
for
playing
you.
with the number 1 pick last season.
Yeah.
We're with the number 1 pick again this season.
Yeah. So I'm sure Matt will be very happy to play with me, but also sad he doesn't get to score any goals on me this season. So
Well,
we'll have to see. But
there's always
Matt,
Luke.
yeah,
but-
yeah, he'll get me for sure. So I think now we'll move to 2 devil cakes on the clock. Looks like Carter's still he's
Now I'm
ready to make his selection. Looks like he is. So we'll
That's
see where he gets. Yeah. So now we're in the third. We're in the second part.
The Devil Cakes will select Bill Dolich.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Bill
Bill Dolce. So
Very
Bill.
nice.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
helped us win
Yes,
our
Best available.
Yep, best. He was one of our top available. Definitely showcased some skills in the skills comp, so we were glad to have Bill out, even though he was a sub for the last season. We were happy to have him out, and he definitely. I think maybe that skills competition helped boost his draft stock a little bit. I think
Fit
that-
in well. He
He
was
did,
not a
yeah.
He
douchebag.
helped
Yeah,
the
yeah.
You know, it's,
reach
you know,
their 3rd place.
Yeah, he did help you guys
That's the third
take
place
a
trophy.
Yeah, you guys had a decisive win.
Shout out.
He's tough to play against.
Yes, so good pick by Carter. That will now put Derek on the clock if he's ready to make his selection. We'll go back to the podium for moving quickly here through the third round.
With their third pick in the draft, the Gutter Pumpkins select Adam Stormer.
Adam's a good pick, so that's probably one that I'm sure Christian wished he had. I know he's going for the RMU boys, the chemistry guys, but love Stormer, great guy. Said it last draft. Love seeing him.
Seems to be a little frustration there.
Oh yeah, Christian's a little frustrated, but you know it's tough when you have some high-end talent and they're available. Everybody
I was
knows.
introduced to Adam last season. I didn't really know who he was until we started playing, and then I kind of got to know him, playing against him a lot. He's tough.
Yeah, he's a good. He's a good guy. I love Stormer. Great guy. I wish I was on a team with him.
You know, Christian, why didn't you get him too? Come on.
I only have so many picks.
Yeah.
Open that pocketbook up.
Yeah,
Come on,
trades.
Nutty.
There could've been some
Hey,
trades.
Hey, you could always
Hey,
make a trade
The phone
somewhere.
lines are open, so I'm being called for trades.
And you know that is one thing we have not had. We had a big trade buff last session, right off the bat.
Yeah,
We
it was-
did.
And you
It's-
know, I didn't even think about it like during the
You're
session to actually make any trades.
Yeah, I think we considered. I think all trades that we had happened before the season started. It does add a bit of a complexity factor for the draft, but
Yeah.
you know, once the draft is complete, if guys want to make some moves, make some trades, as long as it's an even swap, 1 for 1, 2 for 2, I think.
I mean, the blockbuster trade. You know what Cheech offered me.
Yeah.
Pick up the number 1.
Yeah.
You know, wow.
Yeah, that was.
I mean,
That was certainly starting our first draft with a bang. I would say it was certainly adding some excitement to the
Yes.
draft night. So
So thank you for that, Cheech.
yeah,
Yes, I mean,
added
that
some
was
fun.
just-
Certainly made it fun.
just
Made,
offering up the number 1 pick like that right off the bat was.
And
I
look
mean,
what happened.
And once again,
I almost
turned
missed
out
it
for you.
too. As I was thinking of it, it almost went to tie.
Almost.
It was offered to tie, but as soon as I heard tie was going to get number 1, I said no.
Couldn't
Yeah.
look good. Well, it looks like we are ready for the back half of the third round and the beginning of the fourth round.
Read it. With the third round pick for the Gutter Pumpkins, I will be selecting myself.
For the Gutter Pumpkins.
Great pick.
Shit! What's my team name? Oogie Boogie.
So Eric's now playing for 2 teams, captaining one and playing on the other. So that'll lead to a couple interesting games when he has to
That's the
play
strategy,
with
though.
and
Those are my chances to win.
with his team and against his team at the same time.
Oogie Boogie. Let me know when you're ready for the fourth round.
We're ready for this. We're ready. For
Alright, with the first pick in the fourth round, the Oogie Boogie Hockey Club will be selecting a guy that I've known for 13 years now, Austin Naylor.
Yep.
Ooh,
So
very
there-
nice pick.
yep.
Yeah.
We figured there could be a scare here. Once one goalie goes, we'll see a couple others go as the dominoes fall. But
You know.
Yeah, 2 great picks.
I just like your name
I think
so
that
much.
was certainly
Foreigner,
that was Eric's strategy. It sounded like before the draft, is he wanted to grab a couple of skaters and then eventually grab a goalie, probably with that 3rd or 4th pick. So he's staying tried and true to his pre-draft strategy.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a good strategy. Couple defensemen, then an offenseman,
Build,
pick up a
build.
goalie.
Yep,
You know.
Build
Now,
the fort.
here's the thing though. Naylor played really well last season.
he did.
You have that sophomore slump,
It's possible. It is.
You
And
could-
that
you
could be
know,
said for anybody. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
Well, I think all of us returning players could have that sophomore slump.
Oh yeah. Since we're all rookies last year.
I'm going to throw it out there now that I probably will have the sophomore slump. Just by the end of the season, so you
Oh,
guys all know I've called it.
Myself.
Yes. I'm just
Now I
only
have an
doing
excuse to fall back.
When I'm 20th and 25th in the league, you
I'm
know,
improving
it's
this session.
So looks like we are
that's what I
back
like to see
to
as well.
With their 4th pick in the draft, the Gutter Pumpkins are going to select Norm Tatino.
Norm. And that's another one of our higher rated defensemen. Certainly love to have Norm on our team last session. Played great. Good pick. I like Norm.
I play with Norm in other leagues. I've been playing. I probably played with Norm probably for 8-9 years now. It's been a long time I've been playing with him. Solid,
Yeah,
solid defense.
he's one that maybe not necessarily so much on the offensive side, but
Oh, he's a juggernaut.
But
He has been-
he's one I like because he plays defense, and as a goalie, love that in front of me. Absolutely love that in
He
front
is
of me.
known on the chimney sweeps and whispered around the locker rooms as an offensive juggernaut.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
All right, well, we'll have to see. We'll see him on display this season, so we'll be happy to see what Norm brings for
Mhm.
both the offensive and defensive side of the puck. So
We silently call him OJ.
OJ, okay, offensive juggernaut. All right, the juice is loose, I guess.
That's right.
So it looks like we have Devil Cakes on the clock. Looks like they are ready to make their selection. So back to the podium we go.
I'm gonna ruin Christian's night and select former Floppy Cake captain David Strader.
Yep, so another RMU, another RMU guy, right before his pick too, so that's gotta,
Of course.
that might shake up Christian's draft strategy here, so.
Might take him off course completely.
Yep, and I think that's, Christian's strategy early on was chemistry guys that he's played with, RMU guys, myself and Smelter included, so, that could cause a little bit of a wrench in his plans, so we'll see. I mean, Joe, did you have any situation like that, or 400 yourself? Did you guys have any wrenches thrown in your draft strategy last season?
I believe I was going to pick Austin Naylor, and then Joe picked him
So that
right before.
have
So
to
that-
adjust.
Yeah, that was something a
I,
little bit,
I think you going so high kind of threw a wrench into where goalies,
Yeah,
kind
it
of
did.
went. I mean,
Yeah.
I got, you get to a point and you got to pull the trigger.
I normally try and go for the 4th round, or if somebody picks a goalie before that.
Yeah.
Then I
Yeah,
feel like I
it's-
have to jump.
Certainly one of those where you see you start panic grabbing. Everybody wants to grab, make sure they get their goalie early, and then
Right, and my trade, the trade screwed up my whole draft because,
Yeah.
I was gonna get a late first and then, maybe an early second. And it turned out, I didn't get a second round. I traded away my second round for that first overall.
but obviously that.
So kinda, yeah,
for
it
you.
kinda put me in a situation of, I didn't have a second round pick.
But it didn't affect you too much there.
You pulled it up.
Everybody on the team had to step up a little bit, because when Luke wasn't there, when our first round pick wasn't there, and then not having the second round pick,
Yeah.
that would be there. Everybody had to pick it up.
Yeah, and I think you definitely drafted a deep enough team where that was very easy to have you guys through. So it looks like we're still waiting on Christian to make his second selection. He does have one pick already
Talking
lined up.
business over there.
There could be maybe a potential trade here. It sounds like there's some discussion, but we'll see what happens. If we want to take a look, we have our draft board currently pulled up, so you can kind of see how the teams are forming here. So
These teams are looking pretty even.
I would say so. I mean, pretty even distribution of talent. I like what we have here.
He did.
Anybody sticking out so far? Or you think we're all looking pretty even? I know that's what we had last season.
I can't read that.
Can't read that far.
That's kind of why I was trying to bring it up on my phone, so at least I can read some of the chats that were coming through.
Well, I mean, that takes 17.
That's something we really want to hear is that our second round pick can't reach the screen about 5 feet away from him. So that's well, as long as he can see the net and hit the
I
net.
used
think
all
that-
5 senses when I'm out there. You gotta feel the play. I mean,
Thankfully, the net's a little bigger.
Yeah, so hopefully he can hit.
growing up, my dad used to put me in the backyard with a blindfold on and skates and say, skate around. And the end of our driveway was a cliff.
Oh,
So
so
you learn quick, that you feel air draft, you feel the air go down, you turn.
Some daredevil action there.
This would have worked out.
I mean, that certainly helped. Obviously, that was probably part of your Rangers training there to get your MVP last season. So maybe that's something that we can have the Twins start doing there.
If we
They want to elevate their game to an MVP status.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't.
I try to get them to do
Not
stuff.
really.
No.
Yeah.
We'll
So,
see how they
yeah.
get. But now they're
So I
in
wanted
the
to
NDL
try to
full
move
time.
up.
Maybe they'll take it a little bit more serious. They have been going to the gym.
We'll see, and maybe that could be a
Was it Power Motion on
Hit my 14.
Oh, that's right. They're still on board.
They are still on board, so
Who's
at
on,
least
Christian?
Christian could
Oh,
grab
he's
a,
on-
uh,
Let me go talk to
Go,
them.
go have some influence there.
This is.
Yeah, we'll just keep drafting, yeah.
Luke, can you see the best available players? Thank you, sir.
Are you interested in
All
trading
good
your
names
top
there?
2 picks for Vogel?
I'll trade my air pick.
So we still have
You can
some
include him in
conversations.
the
Like Joe's going to try to provide
I'm
some
not wedded
influence
to
there
Vogel.
for.
Oh, he
uh,
was trying to
trade who's going to be the next pick. We're always available. I like Josh Schneider.
Let him know.
Even Joey Pasquarelli. I think all good guys available.
What are you
So,
looking at here?
Christian does have one of his picks worked out. It does have to be himself here for pre-draft rankings. So
If he's going for chemistry,
now if he's going,
off of this.
my suggestion would be I would say to take Josh Schneider. We do have a couple of forwards already. Josh, great defenseman on the back end. Can't have too much of an influence here, but I would recommend taking Josh at this point. Give you another defenseman, or give a defenseman to go with the 2 forwards that he's already drafted along with himself. So if you think right now we're at 3 forwards and no defenseman and goalie, he probably should go with somebody on the back end, and I would say Josh Schneider fits that bill pretty well for this pick. So we'll see if what Christian goes with.
What team
If he follows my recommendation, or
Maybe.
you know, even Joe said too that Joe Eek.
I mean, he's a
We'll see
solid
what
defenseman.
Christian goes with.
This is a big one here.
Christian, to you.
With the 16th pick, Barone Sanitation selects myself, and then with the 17th pick, we select Joey Pascucci.
There it is.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was the defense that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You know, Joe had mentioned that Joey was a defenseman, or he likes to play defense, and as a goalie, I can't say how much I enjoy hearing that. So good to hear that there are guys in front of me who will be willing to help each face less shots. But I think either pick would have been good there. Josh or Joey, both good defensive guys.
He didn't go with the defense.
He did, yeah. And I'm sure that's going to lead to Roy probably coming off the call here for the Devil Cakes. But yeah, it was good to see a defenseman join, and you know, young legs back on defense. Guys would love to see that. So I think we're actually ready for our 18th pick here with Captain Curtis.
Okay, now I'm gonna take a shot at ruining Eric's night, and I'm gonna select Luke Mosswell.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a pretty decent player.
That was
That was a
once again,
surprise.
but that's continuing the trend of you know, got to take good defensemen, and they're few and far between.
I believe his strategy is
I think
clearly he
part
took
of
a great defenseman.
Yeah.
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 Third,
He
fourth.
was fast, but
But I think his strategy is just to ruin everybody's night.
I think he's just going. I think he's just playing a spoiler for everybody. I think that's. I think Carter's drafting with some ulterior motives.
So I believe the next one he's gonna probably try and ruin Derek's night.
Yeah, he's already gone after Christian and gone after Eric. So Derek, I think you're on. I wouldn't reveal anybody like to Carter anytime soon.
Yeah.
That's probably the next one off the board.
Well, I was one who ruined,
My team's.
Sure, you started the trend.
Yeah. So
and I'm gonna continue the trend right now.
sounds like Derek's continuing. He's gonna ruin somebody else's night.
This is interesting.
Middle
We
of
have
the
some,
road.
we have some
We're all
feistiness in the
ruining
draft here. We're loving to see that. So Derek, whenever you're ready.
With the next selection in the draft, the Gutter Pumpkins pick Brandon Pascucci.
So there's Pascucci, and I'm sure that's.
Also, they're all set.
Well, no, we have two. Yeah, so we have 2/3 of the Pascucci game, so we'll appreciate that.
The Pascucci's, what was that, your third round?
For
Fourth round.
Sixth, I believe.
Are we in the fifth round?
I think it went Smeltzer, you, me. I don't remember how it went.
yes, that was fifth.
Yeah, that was the fifth.
Okay, so it's fifth, okay.
Thank you, Luke.
Yeah, they go right there.
Josh.
Two solid picks.
That's what, and we've.
The Gutter Pumpkins are gonna,
I like what he's building there. Certainly with,
Yeah.
with Norm on the back, Stormer, Cisco.
Brandon's gonna like playing with
Tyler
Stormer
Domenico.
and having Cisco up there. Yeah, that's a solid team right there.
Absolutely.
Your team's too fast.
So I like it. I mean, you know, the Pascucci's, I'm sure it's Joey and Brandon were probably having some bets on who would go first. I'm sure Joey won that one, but
I think Brandon's gonna be coming out swinging.
Yeah,
Show
he's
something.
on.
I think
Brandon's
Brandon's
shoulder.
gonna have a little chip on his shoulder coming out.
yeah, we'll fast
But-
forward to the first week where he scores 6 goals on me and makes us regret not drafting him, I'm sure.
That's the thing is that, you know, I kept telling him on Eric's team, you know, it was probably the passing that he was getting that he wasn't scoring. Because, yeah, you know, I've coached him
Mhm.
for a long time and he can put the top in the net.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that. Like I said, he showcased it at the skills competition that he has the ability to score. So we'll.
And those young legs.
That's
Young leg.
that's what we love. We love some youth.
And he's with Cisco too, so,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
two fast guys on that team.
That'll be a nightmare. to
Speed
play
kills,
against.
yeah.
Yep.
But I can also make crack.
So I think we have our best available here. Looks like Team Oogie.
Oh, you do your thing. I'm not even here.
Not even here. Well, apparently you're on Derek's team, so we'll, you
I'm
know.
on 2 teams.
That's so. But you only paid for 1 season of league fee, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
It's like that commissioner privilege, right?
Yeah. That's part of it. I didn't get that,
Can we
but
swear?
apparently Eric did. So
Can we swear? Can we swear in here?
Why the hell not?
I didn't pay for shit.
Eric, whenever you're ready, let's see
All
your
right, with
selections.
the last pick in the fifth round, the Oogie Boogie HC is proud to select Roy Wagner.
So there's Roy. If he's ready to make his next selection. We had Roy as one of our best available, and I think Eric has already drafted a couple of defensemen, so he's probably looking to fill that forward gap. So we'll see.
I'm forward, yeah.
He is the forward. Eric is all the forward. Eric's only drafting defenseman, so he can just play forward. I think.
He's the
Eric,
only
you know,
forward.
We're going with a rare 1-7 strategy. Or no, 1-9.
You
Yeah,
put
1-9
1-9.
strategy.
You put
9
Eric
defensemen
Speed,
there, yeah.
Eric Speed with Roy's hands together on the line, and that's
There's some
it could be
points
some
there.
trouble right there, you know.
Unlimited.
Roy definitely has the ability to finish. We don't believe.
Yes,
I've played
his
against him.
hands are
In close, he's
pretty
definitely.
good.
And it looks like Eric Porter make his first selection in the 6th.
Alright, with the first pick in the 6th round, the Oogie Boogie Hockey Club is proud to select Brian Roll.
Brian Roll, Pizza Roll, as we called him on the Neville Islanders last season. Good pick. Brian's back on defense too, so it looks like Eric's just added to his. He's just hoarding defensemen for this.
Right.
this
Naylor might
season.
not face any shots.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
Got
of
it.
I could
Great
could
vote of
easily see
defense.
it.
We win every game 1-9.
But yeah, it was another good pick there. So I think Derek's ready to make his selection, and he makes his way to the podium.
We need a producer.
We do, yeah.
With the next selection in the draft, the Gutter Pumpkins select Mike Hoffman.
Mike, another one, another Neville Islander going. You know,
Islanders back to back.
yeah, 2 Islanders go in a row. I like playing with Mike. He was a good addition. You've seen.
Mike's another guy that
Yeah.
plays with me on some of the other teams. He's fast, good player, hard player.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing with Mike last season. It was, you know, we had a good season. They all played well. It was when they clicked. I mean, when our team clicked, we could put them up. Brian and Mike and Colin Barrel too. Like we had lots of depth scoring for all the Devil Islanders.
Yes.
So it was a good choice. But it looks like we're now waiting for the Devil Cakes to make their next selection.
Just trying to figure out
Carter's planning on whose day he wants to ruin next. I'm sure it'll be somebody's.
It's always mine.
Yeah, but Christian's always he's always the target. It seems like for
That's not
Carter.
true. Eric is a target.
Eric,
as well.
yeah,
I mean-
was a target.
Huh?
We'll see what he goes with.
I think he's gonna try and go against Derek here for this one.
I don't know Derek well enough to go against Eric.
We'll see. He's
Derek-
out to
Derek's
ruin
lucky
somebody's
right
day.
now,
We'll see who it is
so-
though.
That does not mean he won't ruin your day.
Yeah, he's flip a coin indirectly or directly. He's gonna try to do it.
Can't. I would if I could. We're going to take former floppy cake Logan Donahue.
Logan Donahue, smart pick, good pick. We like that. Logan was one of our he's one of our rookies this season, so we're happy to have some fresh faces. You know, I think, like I said, he's part of 21 rookies that we've had. We've had a handful of them go already. I haven't been able to keep track of which rookies have gone and which haven't, but I think we're looking pretty decent so far.
Yeah.
Good mix of veterans, us old guys, us old veterans. Grizzled veterans of the NDL and our long seasoned history of only 10 games.
Grueling
playoffs.
season.
And playoffs, so yeah, and a skills competition, so 13 grueling weeks that we've been through with it, so, you know, we're good to see somebody green around the gills. I think we do move to Barone Sanitation for the next 2 selections, since we are at the,
Okay.
we'll
See
see
what
who
There
who
we
he
go.
goes
Where
with.
he's
Since
going.
Carter's trying to ruin his day, let's see if he tries to
So we'll see if there's
somebody
some spite or
Yeah.
some revenge extracted here.
There's nobody left I want.
With the next 2 picks, Barone Sanitation selects Josh Schneider and Yori Rogers.
Nice, Jory and Josh, two guys that I've played with. So those are good picks. I like Josh. Like we talked about, you know, trying to grab some defensemen. Josh, great defenseman, played with him before. Jory as well. I think those are 2 solid picks by
See,
Christian.
you brought up Joey and Josh.
You know,
And
Or
yeah,
Jory
we
and
got-
Josh, yeah, we got both. So yeah, so there we go.
Excuse me.
I don't know either one of them.
Yeah.
No.
They're good guys. They're on one of those Bridgeville's team. We played together, and they're
Okay.
2. You know, I like what Josh brings defensively. I like what Jory has offensively and defensively. So, 2 really good rounded players. I think.
So right now you're very happy with this team.
I'm very happy with this team right now. Get to stop Stormer too for another whole session, so we'll love to see that. You know, we'll see we'll see what we can do against Strager, but definitely
Strager
happy I
texted me
don't.
and said he's riding,
He's
so
right.
yeah.
Yep. So I'm sure Smeltzer's a little disappointed he doesn't get the score on me. Sorry,
We
Smeltz.
may have a disgruntled player that needs to be traded out.
He can take it up. We have a players association. We have an NDLPA. He can file a grievance. We'll be actively taking complaints.
He's sitting out for a contract,
Yeah.
or else he's getting
Contract dispute.
traded.
All right, so we have a Jonathan
wants that
Taylor
running
issue
back.
boiling at the inside the locker room. Next we go to, let's see, back to Devil Cakes, if Loki wants to put that on the clock for us, and looks like Carter's ready to make his selection.
I'm going to take Thad Taylor.
Thad, hate playing against Thad. Thad's always in front of the net. Thad's same. He's in close. He's dangerous. He's quick. I like Thad, but I certainly hate playing against him. So.
I had him on my team last year.
Oh, I know.
Because I don't want to skate against him. That skates hard.
He does.
He's gonna skate every shift. So he's
Steel.
We're
Stays
back
with
on
you.
the topic of swearing. He made my life a living hell in front of the net. So I will. I'm not looking forward to that for another 10 weeks.
I would sit on the bench, wind him up, send him out there.
Just
Go
bring him up,
guys.
let him go. Let him go.
That was 26.
We'd love to see that. It's like Gutter Pumpkins ready to make his selection.
With the next pick in the draft, the Gutter Pumpkins are taking the steal of the draft and selecting myself.
Oh, great pick there. Great pick there.
Absolutely great pick.
Some would say because he had no other choice, but I think he did have a choice, and he realized that's the best value of the draft right there.
Another rookie right there.
Another rookie joining us. So.
20.
Familiar face to the NDL as he repped us, but he decided the action.
Grizzled old vet.
Oh yeah, another grizzled vet of the NDL. So, us old guys are well represented here. Us veterans.
Yes.
Now we guess we'll move back to Oogie Boogie here. We'll see what Eric does with his next two selections. Where do you think Eric's going to go? He's going to go more. Is he going to go more defenseman so he doesn't have to play
he's
defense?
absolutely going defenseman.
Whatever defensemen are left, you're welcome to Team Oogie Boogie. I'll tell you that right now.
Tempting. There's two there. I would love that.
Two more. Eric's just he's gonna be the one forward. They're gonna play every game. 3 on 4.
Eric's gonna go 3 offense, 7 defense.
Yep.
I can see it now.
And he's
His defense will be well rested.
Oh yes, he'll have defensive depth for days. So
We'll see.
we'll see what he goes with here. Another
See,
defensive.
that starts rumbling in the locker room, though.
Let's see.
You know?
Let's take a look at our best available here, if we have. So we'll take a look here. Okay, I see some names that interest me. We'll see what Eric goes with. He's making his way back to the podium.
Let's go with
Eric to you. Bear.
I believe 7.
Early pick.
7th round.
Let's see, Eric. Where are we
7th
at?
round.
I believe we were in the 7th.
7th round. All right.
7th, sure.
With the last pick in the 7th round, the Oogie Boogie Hockey Club will select Colin Barrow.
And that's another never wonder. Like I said, when Colin was hot, I think Colin finished on a pretty decent goal streak, pretty decent point streak. He had a slow start to the season, but he came alive, and I certainly think he was a big help in how I think we won. I want to say maybe 4 of our last 5 or 4 of our last 6. We finished the season very strong, and I think Colin was a really big part of it.
Colin knows how to find the back of the net.
He does. He
does.
really does.
Dude, that
That's
puck
you,
comes to
yeah.
him, and it sticks to his stick, and the next thing you know, it's in the back of the net.
I honestly think we should have been a little higher.
Yeah, I think so. I think
he proved his worth.
I think he did. Like I said, he really helped us. He helped us get some big wins there at the end of the season.
It's a steal in this round.
I think there's been a lot of steals so far.
A lot of rounds.
So we've had, so I think now we're back to Oogie Boogie for their second selection. Eventually, it sounds like Captain Eric taking his time. So nobody's on a curfew here, so YouTube Live will let us stay on as long as we like. So we'll wait for Eric to make his next selection. And it looks like it's coming right now. And we'll take some time to talk about some picks here.
8th round?
8th, the beginning of the 8th.
With the first pick in the 8th round, the Oogie Boogie Hockey Club's proud to select Ben Smith.
Ben Smith. So
Ben
one
Smith
of the
Even
one
Ben-
four
You
bear.
know, Ben was a very good player in the last season. I mean, he was
Yeah.
tough to play against.
Oh yeah.
He scored a lot of goals just sitting in front of the net. And I was kind of surprised that, he was still on the board.
Yeah, I mean, he did.
With all the new faces and stuff like that, it is
It's been
it
tough.
rocked the order here a little bit.
I mean, we are about 50-50 new guys, us old guys, and the new rookies. But Ben, I think he
that's another-
performed well with Ty's team last year. And
Yeah, he was tough to play against.
another one you could argue is that going to be a steal in the draft. I think we have some candidates early on already.
We had a lot of laughs out there on the break, though. It was fun. Nick, playing with him, with Ben was, he was
Benny's a
good.
good guy.
Yeah.
Off to Derek here to make his the second selection of the 8th round.
With the second selection of the 8th round, the Gutter Pumpkins select Bear.
Bear, so the
Bear
Bear and Ben go.
The Smith
That's
brothers
right,
go
so-
right, well, you know, they're not playing against each other.
No, so that's gonna be interesting to see.
Yes,
Some
that is,
little brother on brother action. We'll see that with the Pascucci's too. We got a lot of family here. Now we'll
Don't
see.
bring up brother on brother in my
Brother,
kids.
yeah.
I know we were talking about swearing, but that's cute.
What else do we have? We're definitely that makes me realize we're definitely a very family oriented
We are,
league. We have a lot
yes.
of brothers. We have fathers with sons. There's a lot of family relations here in the NDL.
Good, clean family fun.
Yes.
You
good,
know?
clean family fun.
Kind of like.
No douchebaggery. That's that was definitely our goal from the start.
Looks like double cake.
Double Cake's ready to make his selection. Go ahead, Carter.
The Devil Cakes are going to take the only goalie who has ever won a major tournament, so we're going to take me.
Yeah.
Wow.
State.
Whoa.
MVG doesn't count for anything. State Wars Championship. I mean,
That says a lot.
Who put 4 in them on the finals?
I don't know, you know, they're kind of close, but yeah, Carter just came off that big state.
yeah, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
They sneak into the playoffs right there, and then they asserted their dominance.
Yep.
I believe he's
A
found his
couple, I
footing.
think, I believe.
I watched a couple of those games; they were fun to watch, and they played really well. Carter played very well.
Yeah, he did.
He
He
did.
has.
Last season,
And that's what we talked about all last season. Is
You know.
we talked about guys who played above their draft position, and Carter was just in the situation where he was the last goalie available. So Ty built the best team in front.
Thanks for
I honestly
Hey,
believe
no,
that
I
Carter
mean,
has performed better and better and better every
if
single
you
time
look
I've
at
seen him.
Oh.
Ty's team last year, I would say was very heavy offensively.
Yeah.
Even their defense. I mean, a lot of guys on his team scored.
Yep.
But Carter held them in a lot of games.
That's what.
When the scoring wasn't there,
Carter was still Carter made
Carter
saves.
had
Yeah.
to step up because they were a lot of offensive minded and not defensive minded games.
And we looked a lot at when you look at goalies, you look at numbers like save percentage, goals against average, those. But it's not about maybe the amount of saves or the percentage of saves you stuff. It's about do you make the saves when you need to? Do you make the save when it counts? And
Stepped up
that's
when
what Carter did.
cut-
And, yeah.
counts, and it's always people always think it's make the saves when you can, but it leads to when you make a save, even if it's not a big save, but making a save
It just leads
it
to an opportunity
leads
the
the
other way.
opportunities going the other way.
Exactly.
It gives confidence to the rest of the players that you're
Yeah.
back there.
It changes
and then-
momentum. It's part of momentum swing. Right? It's a save.
Yeah.
It pushes your guys to go down there and
Right.
make an opportunity of their own. So I've seen it happen tons of
You
times.
see those
I
games.
make a big save and puck
Right.
goes down and we're score, or goalie down there makes a big save, they come in on me and score. It's just it's all
I'm
about
sure you've seen that a
momentum.
lot with me.
Oh, I've seen it plenty of times with Mutiny. I've seen it a lot. I've also seen where I make a big save and you guys go down and do nothing, and then they come down and score.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say,
I've seen,
that was the
I've seen
majority
it
of
both
the
ways.
time.
You scored goals.
Yeah. Very rarely. But that's a good pick. I think Carter would do just fine like he did this
It was
last
a terrible
section. I think
pick. I had to make it.
But
I mean, if we didn't leave Austin out to dry so much and him making him spectacular saves, Carter would have been right up there with.
I
the
I argued
saves,
all season that all four goalies could easily have an argument for MVG. Looks like we're back on the podium with Christian ready to make his next selection.
Yep. With the next 2 picks, Barone Sanitation selects Nevin Donahue and Kevin Mulvihill.
So there we another Donahue, another rookie. I think 2 rookies actually. There. Yeah.
Are they brothers?
No, the Donahues are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah, and
so
then
we have brothers on
Yeah,
our
we
team.
have-
That's good.
yeah.
Chemistry there.
So we do. Yeah, like I said, we have there's a lot of.
No, we don't have the other Donahue.
No, we do
No.
not. But yeah, but they're both in the league.
More
so-
brother on brother.
But Luke, if you want to give us our current draft board here, so we can kind of take a look.
Yeah, let's take an overall look and see who's
So
on
where
the
are we
board.
at after 8 rounds here? It's like, oh man, what's happening? So yeah, we do have Kevin Mulvihill. He was a late addition. We were happy to have him on board. Somebody I played with at Bridgeville as well. Glad to have him on our team. And I think what we're seeing here too is we're playing with guys that we didn't play with last season for the most part. And I think that's probably
Well, that's
part of the growth and what we
I
want to
like
see here.
the nature of the draft is that every season you're gonna get to play with new guys.
Yeah, I think
You know,
so.
you're gonna
yeah.
you're gonna have battles against these guys all season, and then the next season you're in the locker room with them,
Yep.
laughing about it, and then going out there and giving fits to somebody else.
Unless you go with a strategy like mine where you just pick all your friends.
Yes. As we lovingly called you guys the full friendies last season because it was just all the friends. It was all the friends.
I had
But-
fun.
Oh yeah, you guys had fun, so that was all that mattered.
That's it, and as long as everybody kind of skates hard, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
When it comes to the end of the day, is just try.
Yeah. Because all of us can go out to the parking lot after this game, enjoy a beer, and talk about how you could have scored that goal on me, or how I should have made that save on you. And
Right.
know that next week I got your number, or next week you got my number. So we'll see. But I think we're back to the podium already for our next selection here for the top of the 9th round.
I'm going to round out my defense with Chuck.
Chuck,
Oh,
yeah, that was another defenseman that we saw there.
I brought Chuck in as a sub one game. He's a solid
Stuck,
player.
yeah.
He's a solid defenseman. He plays in the over 30 league, so he's an older gentleman.
He's one of us.
He's one of
He's
us, but he's a tremendous guy. He's very nice.
Very nice. I really, and I think
Fun
Chuck
to
and
play
I,
with.
I think him and I share a birthday. I believe I did some
Oh,
research. I
there
think
you
he and I
go.
both share a February 8th birthday.
Okay.
So both a couple of Aquariuses here. So wish I could have a fellow Aquarius on my team, but that's all
he's not
right.
on
No,
Aquarius,
so
I'm Pisces, so I'm right after you.
all right. Well,
Gutter Pumpkins.
Gutter Pumpkins are ready to make their next pick here.
Okay.
With the next selection in the draft, the Gutter Pumpkins select Alex Smith.
Alex, another
Joseph.
solid. That's another solid pick. Another depth guy. I mean, it's. Trying to think of who else. Who was he on last season? I can't remember our rosters.
He was traded for Foreigners too.
Traded for so for
Yeah, I did
yeah.
trade him.
That was part of
Oh,
the
sorry.
Russell deal, I believe.
Yep.
The Russell deal. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, good pick though.
That was a great pick. Absolutely.
I think he'll fit well on that team. I think he will. I'm trying to take a peek at the chat here. Joey Pascucci, not all of us can have beer, Jake. Well, maybe with your dad, if you're on our team, we can maybe make that happen. But we won't promise anything, Joey. We'll try. We'll see what we can do. Maybe have one on the bench, but we'll
We'll
see.
get you an energy drink.
Yeah. There are mom waters. Those are considered beer, so we could be investing in some mom waters, some dad waters.
Emphysema.
We're hoping for some sponsorship. That's a sponsorship opportunity. Mom and Dad Water, please help us.
Those are very good. Delicious.
We're not sponsors, but
Actually, my name was screwed up because I screwed up.
looks like we're back to the Oogie Boogie Hockey Club to make their next two selections. They're in that lovely tail end of the draft here, so we'll see if
Speaking of Oogie Boogie, you got the lightning.
yeah we do have
thunder.
some, yeah, playing into the spooky theme here
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
season. We have some lightning and thunder going on around us right now.
There's much separation.
Alright, with the last pick in the 9th round, the Oogie Boogie Hockey Club is proud to select Brandon Craig.
Brandon Craig, another good pick. I mean, we've had pretty decent balance, I would say, now from Eric for his forwards and defensemen. I think he's trying to round it out the best he can. I think he's running out of defensemen to choose, so the possibility of Eric being on defense is becoming a little more real for him. But we'll see what he decides to do, especially with this next pick. Where is he going to go?
10th round? 10th round.
As far as I know.
Alright. With the first pick in the 10th round, the Oogie Boogie Hockey Club is extremely proud to select Lou Weber.
Lou Weber,
Ooh,
Neville
wow, that's-
Islander.
Another new.
He's
Weber
our-
was a solid player last
He
year.
was
Um,
our big Zadino Chara back
yes,
there, but
he was.
also showed some hands. Had a couple nice
Oh,
breakaway
yeah,
goals, couple nice
he
goals.
scored a couple on us.
Yep.
It was surprising. Now here it is. Eric picked another defenseman. Now Brandon Craig's a forward, so right
Perfect,
now
yeah.
he's got Roy, him, and Craig as forward. So like I said, his strategy's working out. 3 and 7.
So yeah, he's leaning
You
more
know?
towards that 7 defenseman. So
Greg played with me last season, and when he showed up, he's smart.
yeah,
Another older gentleman like us, but he had that
terrific bet.
veteran knowledge of where to go.
Do you think he might put himself 3 defensemen and himself as an offenseman? Just tell everybody to stay back.
Yeah, I can see that strategy.
Well, I can see Roy and Brandon being a line, and then Eric.
Luke, can we take a look at our current 10 best available? See who we have on the board here.
You don't have 10.
So I guess our current 7 available. So it looks like we have
We're getting
we have
close.
a couple of Russells there. We have yourself, Foreigner. We got one goalie, which I think I'm gonna say his fate is sealed, but we know which team he's going to go to. Ryan Cunningham. So I guess prepare yourself for that. But yeah, we have a couple of Russells here. So are we going to see the Russells end up on the same team? Maybe not.
They ended up on the same team
They
last
did
time.
after a trade.
With
but
a
we'll-
trade.
Yeah, with a trade. So we'll see what happens
Who's
there.
up?
So
Derek's
we'll,
up.
Oh, is it me up?
yeah. Whenever you're ready, Derek, we'll have the next selection. You have 1 and 7 here. So what do we have?
The next selection in the draft, the Gutter Pumpkins select Josh Warringer.
There it is.
Wow.
So there you go.
Thank you.
Welcome
Josh.
to Team Derek.
Congratulations.
Welcome
I
to the
love
Gutter
it.
Pumpkins.
I love to be on your team. Thank you.
Yeah.
How's it,
Gutter
feel to be
Pumpkin.
how's it feel to be a pumpkin?
Feels fantastic.
Feels great. Live drive reaction.
No, that's awesome. That's a great pick.
Great. Still in the draft. Still in the draft.
That's what I'm
Still in the
saying.
draft. Love the
That
energy
guy,
he
that guy
brings.
just keeps improving. I don't
Yeah.
know.
He just brings the energy every week. We love to see it from him. Always a positive locker room guy.
Yeah.
Never any problems in the locker room. So we're happy with that.
Hard
pick.
worker.
Hard
He's
worker.
the only
He
one.
Goes
Yeah.
to the corners.
I'm done. Yeah.
goes in front of the net.
Comes out of the corners, usually.
Tries to.
I go to the net and try and crash Jake's whole plan. And
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you did have some success with that last season. So it looks like you might have to try to duplicate those efforts again this season.
No, he's about the same size as Joey. You're not going to have to worry about that.
Oh, I
We'll work
can-
on the hip check. And
yeah.
he's not getting close to you.
Yeah. And I think if he does get in front, I can at least look over top of him. So
Yeah. Well, you'll look over
Yeah.
top of both him and Brandon or Joey while he's covering him. So,
Don't-
and they're
Only
so
be
thin, they're both so
yeah.
thin when they stand in front of you. You just look.
Oh, I just need a light breeze
Yeah.
to blow him over, and I'll have a full view of what I need. So it looks like we're back to the devil cakes here. I think we're halfway through our 10th round, so not a lot of picks left. So Carter, to you.
With whatever round we're in and whatever pick, we will take Brian Chichak.
Brian Cheech, good captain for us last year. Recently married. Congratulations on that.
Congratulations.
We'll give him
Yeah.
congrats on his nuptials. But I'm sure he'll enjoy not having the responsibility of captainship this season. I'm sure he's probably enjoying or planning his honeymoon or
But he should be watching the stream. I mean, he's been
I mean,
married
yeah,
for
long enough.
almost
to,
a week now.
yeah,
So
that's long enough for him to
you gotta set the ground rules
come back to
early.
reality a little
Right.
bit here. The
Honeymoon's
things that are
over.
important, Yeah, the things are important here.
Right.
NDL.
He
draft.
should be watching this draft.
I think so. I better see him
well,
in the chat.
you know, last session he wasn't even able to show up as
Yeah,
a captain
yeah.
and do his picks.
Yeah, he was.
For
we had
himself,
Eric
so,
drafting
yeah.
Matt Roxy for him last year, but
Love you, Chief. Gotta call you.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Good call.
He's known to call him out. So who are we back to now here? We have Barone Sanitation to make their next 2 picks. I think we're at the end of the 10th and beginning of the 11th.
With our last 2 picks, Barone Sanitation selects the Russell brothers.
The 2 Russell.
Very
We have
nice.
2 Russells.
Ended up on the same team.
So there we go. As we said, we have 2 Russells on a team. We have 2 Pascucci's on a team. So we're forming a family alliance here. We got some family bonds on which for a Barone Sanitation based off the Sopranos show tied heavily to family. So
Yes.
that's
Omerta.
falling pretty close to suit for the teammate selection.
We don't talk.
No, you get one. I got one. The Gabagool.
Yeah, because he needs a fill.
Double cakes.
Devil Cakes ready to make their pick.
We will take Jamie DeHart.
Jamie was one. We had our skills competition, and Jamie was one of the first ones to score in our breakaway competition. Despite
Yes.
I think being one of the last few to go, we had some suspenseful moments for that breakaway. Comp.
Jamie is another wily veteran.
Sneaky shot though.
yeah,
He does.
We
He's
got
done
him
it a couple of
when
times.
he made it to the games, and we got him down low. Put the puck on a stick, and he can fire.
Oh yeah,
He
he
can
had,
fire.
like I said, he had a couple sneaky shots on me that certainly it was the release that I
Funny
didn't.
when he finally got something that had a little flex to it. His shot got a little harder.
Well, yeah, a lot of guys immediately go for that
You
90,
know,
100 flex stick.
he came out in that first couple games with that Sherwood 50-30. Like a veteran that he was, you know.
Changed the game.
I think that was the same one he was using when we were growing up.
50 flex, absolutely. Well, I think we're ready for Derek to make his last selection here in the 11th round.
The 11th round, the Gutter Pumpkins select goaltender Ryan Cunningham.
And there we go. That's kind of what we talk about. Some
Love that.
Ryan,
Rookie
a
goaltender.
victim of circumstance there, not necessarily his actual draft position or his rating, but once 3 goalies have been selected, we kind of know where the 4th one's going to go. So
Right.
it lets Derek build the best team in front of him that he can. So certainly not a bad strat. That's something that Tyler utilized.
It worked for Tyler. I mean,
Yeah.
he got
Got to the
first.
championship.
He got yeah.
He finished first
But he
place.
finished
so-
first overall, and then made it to the championship.
He certainly was the highest offensive outputting team as well. So hopefully we'll see some good team in front of Ryan, and Ryan has to do the least amount of work of all 4 goalies this season. So
There's a strategy around that. That's one pick in some round that you got either a really good defenseman or maybe a good forward that
yeah,
and then pick up a goalie that can steal a game or 2.
yeah, and I'm sure Ryan seems very capable of that from what we've seen from him in the games he's subbed. I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Like once again, another guy who could play way higher than his draft position.
Talk about best remaining available.
Best remaining available. So who do we have?
Oh, Sam Fogel.
So
That's a steal right there.
There's your Mr. Irrelevant. I guess we'll have to give him the honorary T-shirt. So Eric, you want to officially welcome him as the pick 44?
We don't know. I could pick whoever I want.
Eric,
There were blank spaces.
There were, yeah. So there are some mystery picks. So we'll
Is
see.
Sam not another defenseman too?
Can I?
Sam is forward.
Can I forego my
Wow.
pick?
It is if you would like to forego your pick. That is.
Am I good to
something-
make it?
You're on.
Alright, with the last pick in the fall 23 NDL draft, we are happy to select Samuel Fogel.
So
Oh,
there-
defense.
Another defenseman that he'll have. He'll put.
I see him playing defense in his future.
We love it. So
That's
there's
like
our completed draft board. 11 rounds, 44 guys. So I think we have some time to digest this, take a look, see what teams we like.
All very even teams.
I think so. You look at your top guys taken. I think there's some depth for each guy, each team. It's funny you do see like you see the 2 Smiths going next to each other. You see the 2 Russells going right next to each other. The Pascucci's
That's
going
going the same round.
So I think it shows that we have some pretty good distribution of talent here. I think we're I could speak for my team. I'm pretty happy with what I have. Joe, hopefully you can say the same thing since we're on the same team.
A lot of new faces, which that's one of the things that I love about playing is just playing with the new guys. People always tell me, why do you have so many foods? It's like, well, if I don't have if I get a chance to play with somebody I haven't played with, it's exciting.
Yeah, how do you not know everybody? I guess by this point, with how many teams?
I mean, there's a lot of guys that I still know, but I just don't. I've never really played with.
Yeah.
It's.
I know I'm extremely excited
Yeah, it's
for my
the
team,
Joes and I's.
and I'm not being biased or anything, but I believe our team is going to win. We're going to win it all.
That's out there. So we have a 13-week prediction.
Wow,
Here, so
that's a bold prediction over
we'll
there,
certainly
Cotton.
set some reminders in our phone
You got
of
a
13 weeks
fantastic
later
team
of
right
where we
there.
stand. So another bold prediction from Mr. Foringer.
Okay.
I have the 2 tallest guys in the whole league.
So hi Ed, two tall.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
Vogel
matter.
and
I got the 2
Luke,
fastest guys.
3,
yeah. 3 fastest
probably.
without shit.
Yeah, we
maybe
got
the 2
Joey.
slowest.
But you got Cisco and Brandon.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Tyler.
yeah.
Tyler's
Domenico.
fast.
Yeah,
Tyler, Domenico, Cisco, and Brandon.
but that's what we talked
It
about.
makes up for me.
Speed.
Yeah. Sweet.
Good strategy going there, Derek. Good strategy.
So certainly, I think a eventful draft, no trades like we saw last season. But
No
you know,
blockbuster trades, but
yeah.
we'll see
There's
how
still
the
some
season
time.
starts.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see.
we got about 4 weeks.
Time,
There's
yeah.
might be
weeks.
talks.
I think
Definitely
first game is September 9th, so
4
you know,
weeks.
yeah,
A little under 4 weeks.
A little under 4 weeks to let teams get together, have some training camps, have some practice sessions.
That's right.
You know,
Heal. Some of us older veterans
So,
need to
yeah,
heal
so
from the
we're
last
still,
season.
yeah.
We have to.
some of us
Bodies.
are taking some vacations to rejuvenate and
Some of us taking
rest
ibuprofen.
up. Yeah, tons of that.
So-
Some icy hot, some heated pads. Preparing ourselves for another 13 weeks of battle.
I'm ready to go right now.
I would take
Hey, where were you the other night? I played 4 in a row.
12 round.
I don't
It
know.
was insane. I could not believe I did that.
I don't have.
Yeah, that would be awful.
There's
It
no, I
was-
don't have that longevity.
It was
at all.
one game, then turned into one playing one beforehand, then turned playing into one
Somebody's
afterwards.
like,
And
hey,
then,
what's up?
and then the 14, they were like, we got 4 guys. And I was like, I can't let somebody just play with 4 guys.
Right.
You know, It was,
5 guys.
yeah, it was 5.
Well, I
Oh, we
just,
picked up another guy. We had 6. I was able to get another guy to stay from one of the previous games. So, but I mean, that's the thing. You can't just let guys play with 4. That's the other thing. I'll play. You know, if a team needs somebody, if they only have 4 or 5 guys, it's miserable out there.
I'm just looking out for numero uno, man.
Yeah, well, you're a goalie. I mean, it's hard for you guys to get through a game, you know, with all the heat and stuff like that.
It's been rough.
Yeah. And the fall should be good. though.
Fall, yeah, we'll see.
Well, you know, because
No,
as soon as
no
we
double
start
headers.
playing, they're gonna start the ice on the other rink, which
Yeah.
will keep it cooler. It's always gonna be 10 to 20 degrees cooler inside there once the ice goes down.
Yeah, that'll
So
be nice.
it'll be nice.
It'll be good for us goalies. Let's let some of that
It'll be
heat escape
slick.
at the end. But
Because when they put the ice down and it's 60 degrees, it just
yeah, oh yeah, that way it's humidity and moisture could be an issue, but we'll visit that as the season progresses. I want to say thank you again there, Joey. I'm very happy to be playing with the 2 most handsome hosts. So, I'm not sure who the other one is, Joe, but definitely you is one of them. I'm not sure if I don't think he's on your team for you, so I don't know. There'd be some math issues there because it's certainly not me. I can tell you that. You know, I'm the face of this.
To get something there, Jim.
I'm the face of this league, and let me say it's just not a pretty face. So it's tough.
That's a beautiful face to me.
Yeah, and I've been hit in the face enough where it's been altered. So
it's definitely gonna hit me coming. You gotta watch out, Josh.
he's taking you out. But yeah, we're excited. We want to thank everybody here for joining us tonight, sitting through however long this has been. I don't know if anybody's kept calendar on this one, but it's certainly been long enough.
Almost an hour.
Almost an hour. Well, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Well, within the acceptable range, maybe not the TikTok range for those ADHD folks out there who can't pay attention all that long. But no, good
You know,
draft.
I know some folks out there that wouldn't mind going a little longer.
Yeah, I mean we can.
You know,
we
maybe
can
next
add some
season,
more
if we
rounds.
get up to 6 teams, then we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have.
Yeah, we could add some more time to it.
Yeah.
So
There's the rink time available. Definitely add another game.
another hour
Oh,
there.
we would only need another game slot. For 2 more teams.
I think so. Yeah, I think that we would have
Yeah,
to.
we'd have 6. We'd have 3 games.
Playoffs would be altered a little bit. And that's
Yeah.
hopefully that's all for in the pipeline for January 2024 is a 6-team league. So
Yeah.
all things are
Spread
working
the word.
towards. Yeah, if you're
the
interested,
word.
if you know anybody who's interested, feel free to contact myself or Eric and join our ever-growing waiting list for 6 teams come January
Just remember-
2024.
Boys and girls, don't bring any douchebags.
That's right.
Yeah.
There will be demerits handed out.
Oh yeah. As also a part of our plans for 2024 with the expansion to 6 teams, I think we're excited to announce that we're going to be getting some jerseys. So we have a pretty good deal with one of our excellent suppliers for jerseys. We will encourage all current NDL members to explore. They will be in our lovely NDL colors here with neon blue and neon pink, but those details will shortly follow. But we'll look forward to seeing everybody decked out in pink and blue come January 2024.
I'm excited to see some of the wild designs.
Oh yes,
And
We
they
have
better
some
be
fun.
pretty wild, because you remember we're roller hockey, we're not ice hockey.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
roller hockey. Our designs and our jerseys should look
Can be
sharp
crazy.
and loud.
Outrageous.
Yes,
Yes,
we can
outrageous.
be as obnoxious as we please.
Just for Joe,
You know-
we're gonna make it the most plain
He's,
jersey.
Joe
I
just
remember
gets a white
practice
jersey,
jersey.
no design.
You
nothing
know,
at
the
all.
old Pro Joys from the Pro Beach hockey days.
Oh, we're all for
Those
it.
were normal jerseys.
Some of them, I mean, they had some crazy logos. I mean, that jalapeno team with the jalapeno on there. Little racing.
Joey wants hats. I'm sure we have a hat supplier we can get in contact with for some hats.
I think Joey's,
Hats,
he
tubes,
said he was
hoodies.
going to be wearing his NDL t-shirt.
One of one, guys.
Oh yeah, there is somebody I can get a hold of for hats at least. Shout out to another small business that I know. My mother's does soft brim hats, so that's something we can consider as well. Tons of stuff in the future, tons of growth opportunities we have, and we're certainly excited to see what this season brings, as well as the hopefully many others. We have plenty of levels to fill out here on this trophy here behind me, so hopefully NDL goes for a long time. And we as part of our other sponsorships, we do want to shout out to Hopa Sticks. I know Eric and I we are excitedly awaiting the arrival of R2. We have a deal with them for all NDL members of currently 20% off. So feel free to check them out online at Hopa and find something you want, and
I'm interested. They have that new stick. They have a new one. It's only 350 grams.
Yeah, you help on
light. Yeah.
Is that the one? Is that the one you have?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, extremely light.
It's like 360. That's the one I got.
The what?
It's the one I got. It's like 365.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see if that adds to some goal totals here this
I
fall.
told you.
So
I'll
we better
go.
see
Wow.
some evidence to support this. So
Well, I said he was going to double him, but now I'm going to take him out because he's not on my team.
so he's gonna regress a little bit.
Now I'm gonna go half.
But I think that will probably do it here for us. I definitely want to thank everybody for tuning in, watching our draft. Any active players watching, we look forward to playing against you or playing with you this season. And we will see you on September 9th at probably 8 p.m. for our first round of games. So we want to thank everybody and wish you all a good night.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.